Hey, this is Brandon Marshall here. Obviously, you should know who I am, but I don't know. But anyway, welcome to all of those who will be here watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I just want to drop in here. There's a lot of things going on in the world today. It is my birthday, and it's Friday the 13th. It's a special day, an interesting day, a very chaotic day, but also in the midst of chaos, there's always opportunity for expansion, growth, and all those things. And I wanted to be a message of light here, and really share some of my thoughts, share what I've been sharing with my clients, and share what I've been doing and all that good stuff. And yeah, I thought this would just be a powerful, I just felt called to go live. I haven't gone live in quite some time. It feels new to me. I don't know I should put this in my group, Branding with Brandon. I'll put it in identity as well. Why not? And I'll put it in a call for leadership, because it's just like, hey, Alan, I feel like I haven't seen your face in a while, so that's cool to see you here. Let's see. Okay, I lost the sharing function. Whatever. So anyway, wanted to talk about a few things, and some of this I've shared with my identity people. So first and foremost, the things that are going on, the fear going around and all that stuff, I welcome you. If you're not in my paid groups, if you're not in identity, if you're not in a call for embodied leadership or anything like that, I invite you to post anything you need to in my Branding with Brandon group. What's up, CJ? So yeah, the group name is Branding with Brandon, and there's like a lot of business discussion in there. But we're all going through this together. We're all going through a level of uncertainty. So, if you need that support, if you need to talk and all that good stuff, go into the group Branding with Brandon, post about it. You have me and other people that are here to support you and help optimize your mindset, your immune system, and to help you move forward in an environment of where everything feels chaotic. What's up, Aaliyah? Also, I want to say something that I shared with my identity people. Hey, Jessica. Now is an opportunity to really move forward in leadership. When you're grounded and confident in situations like this, and this is not to say that you shouldn't feel fear. Fear is a natural thing, and I believe probably all of us have felt fear, even the people who are like calling the people who are feeling fear crazy. That's even a coping mechanism to like all the stuff going on. It's like, I need to, disassociate from this. So I want to say that it's totally fine to feel fear, but I want to invite you to, thank you, Jessica. I want to invite you to come from a place of confidence and groundedness when you're putting your message out there to the world, especially for messengers and artists who have a platform, who have people out there. It's like, how can we show up in love? And how can we be that lighthouse, so to speak, for people to be able to calm their nervous system? And my personal approach with this is, I've probably amped up the humor, I guess. I don't know. I try to be humorous. I mean, I don't really try. It's natural. No, but I like to be humorous, especially in times like this, because laughter increases your immune system. Laughter really helps you move through situations. So that's sort of my method, and I want to be sincere as well and loving and send love to people. But, I don't want to feed into the panic. I think awareness is definitely crucial, but I don't want to feed into the panic, because what I've learned in my experience, and the one story that I have that I shared with my clients the other day, and I probably shared to everyone, was my experiences in 2015 when I went into business full time. A big thing for me was worrying, like, am I going to have money the next month for bills? Because now I don't have a guaranteed paycheck and I don't know how to move through this. And that was a big transformational process for me. But I was also going into group coaching programs and retreats at the time. Hey, Michael. and I went to this retreat in the Grand Canyon in Havasupai. And I remember in particular, like one activity, we all had different activities that brought up a lot of fear for us, that really shook up our nervous system. For me, was heights and climbing up, climbing up the rocks and jumping off cliffs into the water and stuff like that. For me, like I noticed like my nervous system would freak out because of height. Where some people were able to do it naturally. For me, it was just like I was very much in my head. So I remember in particular, my coach at the time called me out to out of all the group of people that were there, for some reason, he felt called to call me. And that's probably the whole worry and panic thing, because I was worried about it. I was resisting climbing up that rock, and then I get called out to do it. And it's like, I don't want to back down now. So I climb up to this ledge, and I remember at first my mind was in fear, and all I could think about is all the worst case scenarios. One of the main worst case scenarios on my mind was, what if I don't clear the level below me, and I slip on a wet rock and bump my head and fall tumbling with a cracked head into the water? I know that's pretty graphic, but that was what was going through my mind at the time. And I remember I was like backed up on the wall, like, holy shit, why am I up here? I'd rather just climb back down, but it's harder to climb down now. I don't know how to get off this thing without jumping. And what I was instructed to do was be in tune with my breath, remember to breathe and get into my body. And it may sound simple, you may see a lot of spiritual people say it, but when you do it in a real life situation, it's pretty fucking powerful. And just like Jesse Elder, I saw a video of him yesterday, he said that unless there's a tiger in front of you in that moment, the best thing to do is to breathe and get present. Unless there's a tiger right in front of you, then you probably should handle the situation with the tiger. But usually we're thinking like there's a tiger in front of us, when in actuality, we are safe in this moment. And that's what we have. That's all we have. So anyway, I got myself present, and I was saying an affirmation of like, I'm the source of my own safety. And I remember that transition right in that moment where I just got into my body, and it was like automatic, and I just automatically jumped, and it was like such a relief. And it's just it's interesting to see that when we get comfortable in our body. So like, I just want to say, like, throughout this process, something that I learned and something I took home from that experience is to remember to surrender. I'm starting to rhyme now. Remember to surrender and tune into my body throughout that process. Rebecca and I have these, love you too. Rebecca and I have these big hearts, and more as we transform and expand, you start to have this compassion for everything around you. And something that Rebecca brought up to me, like in the midst of fear, it's like, well, we feel safe now. We stocked up on some things, and we're confident about our immune system. But what about children who are that won't get free school lunches, or what about the elderly? What about people with compromised immune systems? And I want to say this in the way of, you don't want a spiritual bypass. You don't want to close off your love for people, but think of the way that you associate with all the things outside of you that are going on in the world. And what I mean by that is, are you worrying and not doing anything about it and sending worry to other people? Because we're all connected. If we really adopt the idea that we're all connected, if we send worry, as in, it's almost like this level of rescuing without even rescuing. It's like I'm rescuing them with my worry and panic. Like, imagine yourself on a plane crashing, and does it ease your nervous system to hear somebody else in another seat going, "Ah, oh, oh, help!" It'll just freak you the fuck out even more, and it creates more and more panic. That was actually from a Bill Burr skit, if you're a fan of Bill Burr, which is very timely because he has a lot of dark jokes about this, certain situations. But think of it that way, where even the energy that you're sending, how can we think of the people who could be having a hard time and take practical action to help them to reach out, or even if we don't feel like we're in a place of practical action of helping others, to send love rather than worry. Because if we really want to put this spiritual practice into use, that's how it works. Like, we need to be able to like either like cut that cord from the worry of things that you can't control and ground yourselves. And this is the perfect time to add more meditation, to take away some Facebook scrolling, unless you're watching my content. Close it, snooze everyone but me. I'm just playing. But it is my birthday. I get to have requests like that. But in what ways can you ground yourself and be the vibration of love? And that can turn into practical 3D action where you're a good neighbor, a good family member, even reaching out to family members, seeing how they're doing, taking care of your own neighborhoods and your own backyards, and helping ease, and even in your messaging, helping ease the nervous systems of all the lives that you touch with your message. How can you do that rather than increasing the worry and increasing the judgment on others? I see a lot going on. It's very loud. Like the other day I made the declaration is like, I'm going to spend some time off social media. I'm going to take a bit of a detox. I put my phone in the drawer, and then later on I noticed the contrast of pulling out my phone, and just by seeing 2 posts in 1 minute, it was like a smack in the face of just like, wow. Like it was just like the contrast of being in peace and in meditation and being with the present moment. And same with real life for me. And I can't say how everyone's real life is, but it's like, you go down to the lobby of this building. It's so serene and calm and nourishing. And I don't know what the thoughts of every person, but like just the energy of the lobby of this building is just it feels a lot lighter than actually going on social media. And it's not to say it's like a bypassing of what's going on in the world, but when you're looking at social media of all the worst case scenarios, you're putting a microscope of only the worst things. So that's a big thing. And when I talk about expansion through tragedy, none of us know exactly what's going to come of this. But, through astrology readings, through the knowledge I have, it really feels like this is going to be a life-changing year. And, we're going to see old systems and paradigms fall apart. And we can all look at that, like if we have a negative mindset around that, we could look at it as loss, or like everything is crumbling and it's all bad and terrible. And of course it is uncomfortable and it is really confronting. But at the same time, we're expanding, we're evolving. Systems are going to be changing and growing. As the old crumbles, there's going to be new ways of how we live and how we treat each other and how we connect. And I do not fully subscribe to a lot of the worst case scenario things that are going out there and a lot of the panic. And none of us know exactly what the future looks like, but I do wholeheartedly believe that we're in interesting times for sure. And there's so much opportunity for expansion to open your heart even deeper. Even if you felt like your heart was ripped wide open, this is a chance to even open up your heart even more. Hey, Constance, this is a chance for you to really solidify yourself as a leader and be not even in a strategic standpoint. And, it's kind of funny how a lot of marketers and stuff, they're talking about, positioning themselves. And even with the topic of branding, if we're on a branding with Brandon topic, a lot of branding that I see is like, how do I get people to perceive me a certain way? What I'm talking about is in a natural way of being a force of love in people's lives, being a person who comforts the nervous system of the people of the lives that you touch, and realizing even in business, when you are marketing, if you can come from a clean place a grounded place, regardless of, we're all going to go through our experiences, especially, in fact, deciding to meditate and deciding to really tune in. That's way opposite of spiritual bypassing. That's like you're facing the darkest stuff that's going on. So when you're doing that behind the scenes, it really shows when you show up in public. Like, it's just a breath of fresh air, and people look to you as a leader, and people look at you with respect, and people want to be in your energy. And it's not in a way of, I don't see it in a way of manipulation or strategy or anything like that. It's like, but how can we be better? How can we use this opportunity to be more of us, to allow the layers to shed and to be more in our heart-centered space, and to be more connected in love with all the people around us, and send love to the people around us, and even like energetically send love when we're in a deep meditation. And really decipher that, like, to see the difference between that and the difference of worrying and not being able to do anything about that, and putting more worry and fear into the grid. So yeah, this is a time of a lot of surrendering. I think it's just fucking redundant for me to tell you to wash your hands. Like, it's interesting though. Like, it's interesting when you tune in, and it's practical good advice. I'm washing my hands, I'm wiping everything down at the gym, I'm making sure everything is good. It's practical good advice, but it's interesting, you never see people say like, alkalize your body, or eat foods that increase your immune system, or do whatever you can to optimize your health, or meditate. You don't see that many people on the news, at least, telling you to meditate more, unless maybe they get some coverage of Marianne Williamson or something. But really ease that nervous system. I really have faith in humanity. I have faith that we're going to make this through. It's messy, but there's like so much to appreciate on the other side of mess, and going through the mess, and the lessons of learning through that mess. And I don't know, in a way I feel like oddly prepared for situations like this, like through my time in the military. Like, I was there at the Freddie Gray riots. Like, I was called there into the armory, and not knowing how long I was going to be gone, I had like 2 pairs of underwear, 2 uniforms, not knowing how long I was going to be gone. I was just packing what I was told, and we stayed up all night. I didn't know what kind of shit I was getting myself into. That was probably the most, even going on a deployment in Egypt, I feel like the Freddie Gray riots in Baltimore were kind of the most fearful, uncertain times. And then my journey through entrepreneurship shortly around that same time, shortly after it as well, where, I was experiencing financial meltdown, seeing relationships fall apart, unfortunately seeing my mom pass away all around that same time. I really learned to open my heart and surrender to the moment. So I feel like I felt a lot of experiences like that. Not to say it's the exact same experience. Thank you, Erica. But I felt like intense experiences on an individual level, and even sometimes being in the midst of chaos on a collective level. And I want to say, through my experience in that, and through how I'm navigating through this, the best thing that you can do is to calm your nervous system whenever there isn't a tiger in front of you. Calm your nervous system. Do what you can to bring more peace into your life. Do what you can to bring more peace into other people's lives. And be that lighthouse or lightning rod of love. And I know that's kind of like very spiritual, maybe impractical in some people's eyes, and probably not in your eyes, but like really is so important. Like the spiritual teachings that we've all learned is so fucking important in moments like this. And I want to say that I really believe that you're all going to grow and expand through this experience. I really believe that this is an opportunity to get closer to your heart, and to get closer to the people around you. I mean, for now, probably virtually. Hey, Jen, but this is really a good opportunity to move more into a space of love and really let go of some of the old attachments that you've had. Thank you, Jen. That's funny you said tiger. There's so much tiger talk going on in here. Also, something that Caitlin Pasternak said on a live stream a while ago. I don't want to butcher it. It was just like, that the phrase just fucking hit. And it was something along the lines of, I think it was something along the lines of like the old paradigm will cost a bit of your soul every time you depend on the things that we're accustomed to, the things that we attach ourselves to safety, like material, overconsumption, things like that. It costs a bit of our soul. But to get back to our soul and to get back into our heart and be the source of our own safety, it will cost a bit of our ego. And I know I probably messed up that quote. I was trying to get as perfect as possible. But allow those old identities, allow that ego to shed. And honor that. Honor the old parts of you that are melting away. And I've had quite an experience with that a couple years ago. And in the moment, there was definitely uncertainty. In the moment, I can only see what I was losing and not what I was gaining. But I had faith that there was, that container was being filled up with this new identity I was stepping into. And now I'm here in this loving relationship and going through this experience with, the best fucking person in my life. I don't know if that sounded so romantic, but that's what came through. The best fucking person in my life. And it's just amazing, I'm grateful that, a lot of us are online business owners in a time like this, and we are messengers, and we do have the ability to shed light on a situation. And, even though it's like uncertain times, like there's still no better time to live in this world, like the abilities and technology we have and all the things that we were blessed with. And with that being said is knowing that, the most important thing in our life is our intellectual property, our intellect, the things that no one can take from us, the things that the energy of what we invested in ourselves, the people that we have become, the value that we have created. And in the midst of all uncertainty, it's always the people who hold the most value, the most reason, the people who are the most grounded, are the people who lead, who benefit, who, and I don't want to say benefit in an exploitation type of way, because in this new paradigm that we're moving into, I wholeheartally believe that we're moving into more win-win-win type of scenarios where we're all winning, where we're all caring for each other, where we're all realizing how important it is to be there for each other. So I just want to really make that clear. We're moving into some turbulence, but we're also moving into some amazing times. There are amazing times ahead. And just like the airplane analogy, during the turbulence, are you going to be that person who is helping people relax? Like, chill, it's good, we're good. Like, not bypassing, but like just saying, like just allowing people, to, is it like tether to your energy? Or are you going to be the person on the plane that's going to be like, ah, ah. So, yeah. Hope this made you laugh. Hope this made you think. Hope this helped you feel better about all the things that you may be seeing in your news feed. Seriously, if you're looking to express something, if you need people to hold space for you, post in my group, Branding with Brandon, and it's a free group. Message me if you're not in it and you can't find it. I was also offering a birthday special. It was sort of like mixed in with all the things going on, and I wanted to invite people to be able to work with me one-on-one at an easy rate where they can get that emotional support through times like this and how to pivot in their business and such things. But I didn't want my I didn't want like a birthday offer to be the only thing I was offering. I didn't want to just help the people in my paid groups. So, but if you're interested in working with me on a deeper level, on a one-on-one level, I packaged Rise of the Artist, my current program that I'm offering that's 3 weeks long, plus Branding with Brandon session with 7 days of additional one-on-one support. All of that is over $1,000 for today and today only, 313. And if you can finish this sentence, fuck for you world, 313. If you're an 8 Mile fan, if not, you didn't understand what I just said. But private message me for the link and the details for that if you would like a one-on-one intensive with me to really work things out through these situations, whether it's a strategic standpoint, business as usual, or you're looking how to navigate through these certain times and you're looking for access to that one-on-one support. If not, that's awesome. No pressure. Would love to help you in our group Branding with Brandon. It's a free community and you'll have me and like-minded individuals that can help support you through navigating there. And I want to make it in a space where I want to make it a clean space where people can express and be vulnerable and really navigate through, but also be solution-based and create hope and create change and really send love to one another. So thank you for being here on my birthday and Friday the 13th. And stay in faith, stay confident, stay grounded. We're in this together and we will make this through. Sending love to all of you and have an amazing day.